Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'm going to be talking about the YouTube video titled Balloon Power, which talks about Newton's third law of motion. So to begin the video, Phil makes a balloon-powered car that pretty much just consists of a turkey baster with like the end popped off. You put a balloon where like the squeezy part of the baster is, so that the air from the balloon can come out of it. Cardboard and some shish kebab sticks. So you can make the wheels and the base of the car using the cardboard, and then the axle can be made out of the shish kebab sticks. So you blow air into the turkey baster to blow the balloon up, and then once you stop blowing air into it, the car should propel forward. So this demonstrates Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So the balloon car is going to push one way, the balloon car, the air from the balloon on the car is going to push out one way, and it's going to propel the car forward with the same amount of force that's like coming out of the balloon. So in an attempt to max out the balloon car, Phil tries to use a dolly as the base of the car and like a gigantic balloon that he blew up. So this car didn't work out due to the fact that the force coming out of the balloon wasn't enough to propel the weight of the dolly cart and Phil sitting on the dolly cart. So the air was coming out too slow, and the force just wasn't great enough for the weight that it was trying to push forward. Then Phil goes on to talk about Isaac Newton for a little bit. So Isaac Newton created the three laws of motion. So the first one being that objects at rest tend to stay at rest, and objects in motion tend to stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. The second one being acceleration equals mass times force, I don't know. That wasn't what the video was about. And then the third one, obviously, being that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Isaac Newton also put a name to the phenomenon of gravity and explained how that works, and created calculus to further prove his scientific hypothesis that gravity existed and that gravity controlled the way that the Earth spun on its axis. The next thing in the video was a mini-max where they were playing with hydrophobic coating. I don't know how that related to the video like whatsoever, but Phil took a bunch of items like tissue and a dinner roll and coated it with a hydrophobic coating, and then put it in water, and the items weren't wet because they're covered with a hydrophobic coating. So then Phil sprayed his lab coat with it, or half of his lab coat with it, and poured water on himself. The side that he sprayed the hydrophobic coating on, he wasn't wet, and then the other side was wet. Then he coated his whole outfit with it and jumped in the pool, and he duct taped like his pants and his shirt together and his pants to his shoes. And when he jumped in the pool, it kind of worked. The water from the pool got into his pocket, so that got him wet, but if he sprayed his pockets or taped them down, I think it would have worked. So back to the balloon car, Phil decided to use an air compressor, or compressed air, like a oxygen tank it kind of looked like, instead of a balloon. So he built a cage for the tank so it would be protected, no one would get hurt, and attached it to the car frame, and this worked, but not that well. The car did move, but it moved really slowly, not that far. Then Phil started talking about Newton's cradle. So Newton's cradle is like, I think it's like 5 or 6. No, I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5 like little marble balls attached to strings in a line, and this can help demonstrate a bunch of laws of motion. So, for example, it can demonstrate Newton's third law of motion, because if you take one of the balls at the end and then like pick it up and like let it fall, the other ball at the end will swing out with the same force as the first one, and that's because when you let go of the first ball, it puts all this, it transfers all that force to the end ball. And there's nothing to stop that one, so it goes. And he made a maxed out version with bowling balls, and it did the same thing. So for the final version of the balloon car, they used 3 compressed air tanks instead of 1, and they also had pipes attached to each compressed air tank, and then a thing that like connected all of them together so that there would be a buildup of force and of air at the end of them, and it would propel the car forward more. So this car definitely worked the best by far in the video, and it went a lot faster than all the other ones did. Ooh. Thank you.